Well, good morning, everybody, for Wednesday, the 9th of November, with the weather briefing. So today we have, thankfully, a gap finally, and the next few days looking more reasonable as we go through. The Atlantic's still in charge of our weather pattern at the moment. We started to pick up more of a westerly wind. There's a trough painted on the charts, but I think thankfully that's going to be a little bit less of a problem than it has been in previous days. No frontal activity and at least a bright start, and it should be a pretty good day. The winds at heights, westerly at generally 25 knots, looking at this, occasionally potentially 30 later in the day, but generally from the west. The satellite picture over the UK is bright. Some low cloud coming over us at the moment. I mean, we're just waiting for a jet movement currently, but thankfully that has cleared just in time to allow them to come in. And yeah, some potential shower activity just going down the M4 corridor there, but yeah, nothing particularly too much of a problem other than that. The public forecast shows a top temperature of 12 degrees today, good visibility, and that's wind from the west, generally around 10 to 15 knots, and maybe occasionally coming a bit more southwesterly, but not an issue for us really. Today we'll be able to stay on the main runway for the full day, and the outlook for the next few days is reasonable, bit drier, but the chance of some fog patches at times. GFS is predicting 12 degrees as well, and a dew point of around 8 or 9 degrees. Currently at Lasham, we have a temperature of 9 and a dew point of 7, and that's the picture outside, looking fairly reasonable, with this low cloud now starting to burn away. The ground is quite damp, so yeah, that takes some thought, but yeah, hopefully we're going to start to dry out a bit. Farnborough currently reporting 12 knots from the southwest, 11 degrees, and no real cloud detected. They're talking about the possibility of showers, but I think they are fairly minimal today compared to the last few days. Scattered at 3.5, as it says there. You can see those showers going down the M4, and you can see there is some shower activity out in the Bristol Channel, which is worth keeping an eye on. But hopefully, as it comes towards us, it will dry out and we won't see too much of it. Certainly, it's not due to be particularly showery here. Look at top meteo and see. There's the outside possibility of some soaring. So the middle part of the day, around midday, it shows soarable up to 2,500 feet. But it is mid-November. So yeah, we should be expecting a huge sort of activity still, and weak at best. But yeah, that wind a little bit lighter than it has been in previous days, or at least the last probably week. So yeah, looking not bad at last, and finally a day for Wednesday to actually go flying where it's not 25, 30 knots. So to sum up, westerly, bright, the outside chance of a shower, freezing level is still above 5,000 feet, and yeah, it's still comparatively mild. Airspace wise, nothing particularly. Number 25 on there is Abingdon, where there's article dropping currently going on. So people chucking stuff out the back of Herculeses and whatnot. So yeah, everything else is as per normal. Operationally today, it will be 2-7. With the state of the grass for today, we will be landing on the runway for at least the first half of the day. The launch point will be just before the intersection out there, launching to the west, as you can see in my badly drawn diagram. Left-hand circuits will be onto the runway, because it's always the south side grass at Lasham which gets waterlogged the first, and right-hand circuits will be onto the grass on the north side, but just try and avoid using the wheel brake, please. Jet movement wise, we have an A321 just getting airborne from Gatwick at the moment. I'll just check if that has yet. It's on the move. Yes, it's just literally getting airborne as we go to press. And I've negotiated with them to try and squeeze the movements together at lunchtime. We have an A320 going out at around 12:45 at the moment, but there's a Navajo coming in at 1 o'clock, which we have to clear the runway for because of our position on the airfield. So yes, I'm expecting a lunch break somewhere between 12:40 and 2 o'clock, but it'll be changeable based on the movements and the times we got. So yeah, 2-7, and we are pretty booked up today, but there are some single seaters available if people want to fly them. Okay, we'll see you on the airfield shortly. Bye for now.